So I had already made my video for the day. I had put it on YouTube, I had scheduled it, but then I made aware of this situation and I had like briefly heard about it and kind of seen about it on YouTube, but I hadn't really taken any interest in it because I had no idea who these guys were. So I didn't really care too much. But right as I'm about to go to sleep, what does my brain decide to do? It decides to go, I'm going to watch a video about this before I head to bed. So I click Asmongold's video because I see that he's reacting to it, reacting to both videos in terms of this watcher situation. And I have a look at it and I'm just like, this is just too good not to make a video about. It's just has too much spice to it that it's just something that I definitely feel like is 100% worth talking about and 100% worth making a video on. So if you have no idea what's going on, I recommend you go ahead and watch these two watcher videos. I recommend going searching them up because I don't know, usually I do like to link things down below, but I don't know if I want to link anything this terrible, I'd say, down in the description below. But to summarize it up is that there's this group on YouTube called Watcher, and they were originally from BuzzFeed. So they were like a group of people who were from BuzzFeed. There's 3 of them, and they originally started on BuzzFeed and they made the Watcher. It's kind of like the Try Guys. They're pretty much like the modern day version of the Try Guys, where they started on BuzzFeed, started making their own content, became really popular on BuzzFeed, and then decided to branch off into their own thing. And that's what they've done for, I don't know, for however long now it has been. And I don't think it's been all that long. They have been making content on their own YouTube channel on Watcher. And it's been doing decently well. Like they've garnered a couple million subscribers and their videos get a decent amount of views. But just a few days ago, they decided to post a video of them saying goodbye to YouTube. And obviously a lot of people were shocked by this of like, damn, these guys make really great content, at least for some people. I mean, the content that they make isn't necessarily for me. It's not something that I'd enjoy. It's not something that I go ahead and watch. But it seems that they had garnered a really good audience, and they have, like, some of their videos have millions of views, and some of their recent videos, like their last 10 videos, I'm pretty sure, average like over 1.5 million views, which is really fucking great. And this video was probably one of the most bullshit goodbye videos I have ever fucking seen in my life. At first, when you start watching it, it seems like something tragic has happened, or it seems that they have lost passion. Like when you see a lot of other YouTubers make goodbye YouTube videos, it's mainly because they've been making videos for so long that they've made so much money at that point that they can kind of pretty much early retire, and they've kind of lost the passion for what they were doing when it comes to making content, and they either want to like slow down like PewDiePie has, or like MatPat has, where he's kind of just handballed it off and given it off to somewhere else. Or I can't think of an example of people just Jenna Marbles, who just completely left YouTube altogether. I mean, hers was for a completely different reason, but you kind of get like the gist of it, and that's what you kind of feel like this video is. But then it turns into what I would say is have to be one of the biggest bullshit cash grabs I have ever fucking seen on this platform. These guys decided that YouTube wasn't good enough for them. And they were saying in their video about how they've struggled with advertisers and it comes to them like paying a lot of their staff. Because in the video, they state that they have a lot of staff, which I'm going to get to in a bit. But first I want to like, get through the basis of this. And they were talking about how, they're not earning enough money to be able to make the top quality videos that they want to do. So what are they doing? They're launching their own fucking streaming service. That's right. These guys think that they're that great, that they're that good of people, that they can just go ahead and launch their own streaming service. Not only are they launching their own streaming service, but they're completely going away from YouTube. That was the initial part of it, is that they were not going to be posting anymore on YouTube, a platform that is free. And if you're just subscribed to them and you enjoy their content through being a subscriber, now you're going to have to pay a fucking fee. And this fee, it's not like it's fucking, oh guys, just give us $2. This is $6 a month, American, or $60 a year. And obviously it might not seem like a lot, but the thing that I think that made this even worse is the fact of the amount of streaming services that are out there these days. There are so many different streaming services out there. Like people are already paying for Netflix, Spotify, and then there's Disney Plus. There's Hulu. Here in Australia, we have a streaming service called Binge. Then there's Paramount Plus. Then there's fucking Amazon Prime. Like, people are already paying so many different like subscriptions, so many different streaming services, and then you expect people who I bet you a lot of the people, and they do have a Patreon, which apparently I heard from Asmon's video, which I'm not 100% sure is true, but I would garner it's around that they have around 12,000 people like on their Patreon, which is an obvious sign, the fact that, you know, over their 2 million subscribers, that 98% of those people watch their content for free. What makes you think that 98% is going to go ahead and go, yeah, I'll pay an extra streaming service that just has your content on it and no one else's on it? Just your content, because yes, your content is such top quality that you could go ahead and make a streaming service for this. And obviously, a lot of people didn't fucking like this. And you know what? I don't blame them. To me, the way that the video came across and the way that the video was made and the fact that they like thought that they were like this great beyond and they thought that they were fucking Mr. Beast. Like, literally, if Mr. Beast came out and did this, I would still think it's trashy, but like, I could be like, it's fucking Mr. Beast. These guys, like, yeah, they have a decent following, but they only have 2 million subscribers, which, I mean, is a lot, especially compared to me. But compared to the rest of YouTube, compared to other people who make really top quality videos, you guys really think that it's justifiable to make a streaming service? No. And no one else fucking thought it. And the backlash of these guys, from what I've seen in the comments, is massive. And obviously, when there comes backlash, there's going to be a fucking response. So about a day ago, when I'm recording this video, it's 20 hours ago. By the time I upload it, it'll be like pretty much exactly a day ago. They uploaded an update of them apologizing and them pretty much not really scrapping the streaming service altogether, but kind of scrapping their initial plan to leave YouTube, where now they're actually going to be continuing all their content on YouTube. That's right. They're going to be continuing everything that they've done on YouTube. They're going to still be posting on YouTube, all videos that were planned, but they're more or less just going to be using this streaming service as pretty much a Patreon. That's it. I think they don't really want to admit that they made a complete mistake, and they've probably already put a lot of money into the streaming service, so they don't really want to, you know, scrap it altogether, because then it would just be a waste of money and a lot of resources. So they're definitely going to keep going, and I definitely think that, you know, their hardcore subscribers and the people that were paying for their Patreon will definitely be the people who will probably go over to this streaming service and start paying for it. But I mean, thank God, I mean, for the people who watch this, and even just for YouTubers in general, because, like, I think that they needed to be humbled, like, just a little bit. And the fact that they think that they can just go ahead and make their own streaming service is completely stupid. But to me, this situation could have been avoided completely. And in many different aspects, could this situation have been avoided? And to me, I also feel like in the video, they made it out like it was the viewer's problem. Like they made it out like, oh, the fact that we're not getting enough money and advertisers, we've had trouble with advertisers recently, that's a you problem. That's kind of how it felt. Like they made it like it was about the viewers. And I also hate as well, and I've said this multiple times in videos in the past when I've talked about streamers complaining, I said it in my Hassan video, is that people don't like to hear you complain at all. And that's what these guys did, is they just constantly complained about how we're not making enough money and ads aren't, like, you know, they're not with us. The ads for us hasn't been great. But this could have been avoided in many ways. One, obviously, just come off and say like, hey guys, we're making an additional service. We're making a streaming service, and I hope you guys want to subscribe to that. We're still going to be posting here on YouTube, and then it's going to be, you know, where you can view stuff a little bit earlier, and then more exclusive content. We're going away from Patreon to make our own streaming service because it would be better for us. They also talked about how much staff they had, and they said that they didn't want to get rid of staff. Now that is a massive them problem. Like during COVID and post-COVID, people overhired, like so many companies overhired, which is why recently we've seen a lot of layoffs. And that kind of is the company's fault. It's not the consumer's fault. It's not the worker's fault. It's the company's fault. And if you want to keep taking like that net loss because you are, you know, you want to do right by people, which I mean is great for the individual, but for your company, that's a you problem. And you know what? Your viewers don't care. Your viewers, honestly, it's like you guys had to sack people to save money so you could keep doing the service. Yeah, people might care short term, but long term, people ain't going to give a shit. They'll fucking get over it. People always do. So that's kind of a them problem. And then also I think that's a them problem as well, with that, which they kind of made it a viewer's problem, is the type of content that they make. They were just like, guys, we love to produce high, top quality content. It's what I've wanted to do my whole entire life. And we wanted to make that TV content. And that's what we have always wanted to do. That's your fault. That's your fault that you've gone ahead and you started out that you wanted to make this type of top quality content. And you wanted to do it from the get-go. Because that shit costs a lot. Look at Mr. Beast. He's the anomaly. And he didn't even start out on his channel making top quality content. Even when he started doing the challenges, he still worked around his budget. Like, if you look at some of his challenges videos from years ago, like even when he had 10, 20 million subscribers, and it was just him and like the boys. It was just them with the cameras. That's all it was. And they'd maybe pay like an editor to help edit their videos. But they didn't have a whole fucking stacked as crew like they do now. Because now he has like what? I'm pretty sure he's like come close. No, he just passed over 200 million subscribers. And the man gets millions and millions and millions and fuckloads of millions of views on his channel. And then also, like, instead of making your own streaming service, you could have just like gone ahead and worked with a streaming service like Mr. Beast has. I mean, I use him as an example because that's the type of top quality content that they're wanting to do. They're wanting to do like that Mr. Beast quality content. And he's a great example because he's the biggest when it comes to, you know, making that over the top and highly edited and highly produced and massive crew kind of content. He's working with Amazon at the moment to produce his own like Squid Game. That's what he's doing. He's even someone as rich and as wealthy as Mr. Beast is working with another company. Why couldn't you guys have reached out to a television company, reached out to Netflix, reached out to Amazon, reached out to Hulu? I'm pretty sure that if you pitched them something really great and you showed them something, that one of the companies would be 100% willing to work with you. So to me, this was just a fucking dumb situation. And these guys went about it in the completely wrong way. Like at first, when I first saw this situation, I was kind of like, I don't see why people are kicking up a fuss about it. But once I watched the two videos and read people's comments, I understand it completely. And there was so many different avenues that they could have just taken. And I feel like they just went down the selfish way. Like I honestly think that these guys just have too much of a big head. Like that's how I feel. I feel like they just like had so much, their ego is so big that they think that these people are just going to go ahead and want to 100% subscribe to their streaming service just to watch watcher content. Like, come on guys, just humble yourselves a little bit and think outside the box. That's all you have to do. But I'd like to hear what you guys have to think about this down below. That's it from me. Peace out.